Hello, I am John O'Connor, and I'll be talking about online grocery shopping, the effect of COVID-19, and a glimpse at the future of getting groceries online. So the agenda for this presentation, oh wait, the agenda for this presentation, I'm going to look at the background of online groceries, the current demand for online groceries and the trends in the market, modifications made by supermarkets recently, challenges faced by supermarkets, some suggestions for possible improvement, and a glimpse of the future. So, online groceries is something that supermarkets have invested heavily in recent years. However, the coronavirus pandemic has brought unprecedented levels of demand to a largely premature operation. So, grocers have been struggling due to this, but will likely leave the whole crisis better equipped for the future. So basically, the demand in the past month for online groceries has completely skyrocketed to unprecedented levels. And this is mainly a direct cause of lockdown laws, as well as the consumer's general panic of being infected when they're in public or crowded areas. Demand at grocery stores has also increased significantly, with foot traffic increasing by as much as 50% for some stores.
Wow.
With people panicking this way, they're just running to grocery stores to grab as many supplies as they can for the foreseeable future, however long they think they can be locked in their house.
So people have fear?
Yes.
Fear of not being able to get stuff and...
Yeah, fear, just hysteria in general, is having people run all over the place.
Okay.
Like Walmart, there were certain Walmart stores that were reporting like 45% more people driving to and from their stores, like, in this time period than before, which I was surprised by. I thought it was going to only be online
Okay.
groceries that was experiencing that. But it's proving harder for these supermarkets to increase capacity quickly online than it is in their physical stores, which is something that they have to look at for a long time.
So is it that they just don't have enough employees to do it? Is that what it, or people to do the picking and the delivering?
Yeah, it's that. It's hard for them to get delivery vans that are acceptable because they have to be specially made to have like refrigerated interiors for when they're shipping like chilled products.
Okay.
It's also just like a situation that they've never experienced before. They have to increase capacity to this level, just because online grocery hasn't really been that large of a percentage of orders in the past.
Mm-hmm. Have you used it at all?
Online groceries, no, but
Okay.
two of my friends, like, they will work for those companies where they like get sent to stores and like they have to get time to pick up as many groceries as possible, and they actually get paid a good amount. So I
Oh,
think,
so they get more, they get paid more on a volume, so the more they deliver?
yeah, and they get tipped too. So it's like
Okay.
it's a nice like job to have, I think.
Okay.
I want to look into it more though. All right, so some modifications that companies have made recently, just to adjust to the spike in the demands and finding it hard to increase capacity. Companies have been building automated warehouses, like Kroger and Ocado are working together. Kroger's an American-based company, and Ocado is in the UK. And they're building automated warehouses where they can like exponentially increase the capacity that their online groceries can have.
But that's still going to take some time, right?
Yeah, and they need time to like actually increase output because of like successfully getting the delivery vans that are capable of
Okay.
getting products to and from. Ahold Delhaize, the owner of Peapod Delivery Service, has doubled its server capacity in the U.S. since the crisis began. So even when the spike subsides, they'll be capable of handling much higher volume orders than they were able to in the past. So many companies in this industry have been facing challenges during this time. Even companies building automated warehouses, like I said, are having trouble increasing output due to the difficulty of acquiring acceptable delivery vans. This leads to delays for customers as well as general frustration, especially for customers that have been ordering groceries online for a while now, because now with this spike, they're being put on, like there'll be huge delays in them getting their food.
So where I was probably used to putting an order in and it coming in an hour or two, that doesn't happen anymore?
Yeah, now there's like complete uncertainty, and since the companies are so swamped, like for example, Amazon has launched a waiting list for new users because they can't handle like this level of demand right now. So
Okay.
we want new users coming in. And Ocado is no longer accepting new users at all because they're afraid that if someone registers right now, they'll be turned off for good because of how hectic the operation is and like the uncertainty of when you'll get your groceries.
Okay.
And another challenge for these companies is online sales have proved to be much less profitable than in-store sales. So companies would need a transition period to avoid like a major hit in their operating margins, which are already slim. I feel like that has to do with like the psychological aspects of grocery stores, where like they can put certain products at a certain like eye
Mhm.
level so that people are like more inclined to take it. I guess
Sure.
that's harder to do online. So some suggestions for potential improvement. It's obviously important that supermarkets continue to make modifications to adapt with hectic business worlds. They must continue to fund projects that can increase online capacity and find ways to get acceptable delivery trucks so they come. What's up? Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, you got to repeat that. You cut out.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened there. It must continue to fund projects that can increase online capacity and find ways to acquire acceptable delivery trucks so that they're better equipped to serve more people in the future if something like this ever happens again or anything close to it. They can use lessons from the current trials that they're running at peak demand to steer
Hmm.
the online process for the future just by seeing which methods are most efficient in this crazy time so that once things settle down, they can still use that effectively. And also fund research to find ways to make online sales more profitable in comparison to in-store sales so that they don't take too much of a hit when and if it becomes more popular.
Okay.
So a glimpse at the future of online grocers. It's very likely that the demand for online groceries will remain high when the COVID-19 pandemic subsides, although it will almost definitely drop from the level we're seeing it at right now. It will probably be significantly higher than before the pandemic started. This is because people will still be wary of going out in public because of the shock effect of this. People are witnessing firsthand how fast the virus can spread in crowded places, and I'm sure a bunch of people will still not be comfortable going to grocery stores after everything settles down.
Do you think it also, we saw how easy it was to buy stuff online?
Yeah, 100%. That's why I feel like depending on how well they can develop like this business, depending on how efficient and effective it is, people may just prefer to get their groceries online like for a while now for the future.
Hmm.
Especially if everyone's like jumping on that boat. They might
Yeah,
just
not just grocers, but home improvement stores,
yeah, everything really.
liquor stores. I did that the other day. We went online and I got to look at everything. It was easier. I
Yeah,
filled my cart and then
you don't have to, you don't have to walk around and look for everything. Just right in front,
right,
and then they already have it ready for you.
right. And I could focus in on if I was looking for a certain type, it let me sort everything down. So instead of just walking in and seeing hundreds of bottles, not knowing what, I could actually sort stuff down.
Yeah, it's nice.
It might be just easier.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier for everyone. It's just up to the companies to adjust to it so that they don't lose too much revenue from it.
Hmm.
All right, I think so. More in the future, the influx of demand for online groceries has shown a silver lining for supermarkets.
Hmm.
Online grocers are learning how to allocate delivery slots most efficiently in times of
Hmm.
demand, and probably as high as we'll see for a while.
Hmm.
They're also testing in real time how efficiently different order fulfillment methods will perform under enormous amounts of stress. And online grocery shopping being put to the test so early in its development is very important for how it matures throughout the industry and honestly across industries. And although supermarkets are currently struggling, they will emerge from this sharper and more ready for the future where online groceries can be very popular.
Mm-hmm. Do you think people are going to continue to, I don't like the word hoard, but keep a full stock of food in their homes instead of letting it get down to nothing?
I don't think the majority of people will. There'll definitely be a percentage of the population that, like, I don't know if they prefer that method, but some people are gonna. I feel like the anxiety from this isn't gonna settle for a while, and they'll start just like being like used to living like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that'll be like a general decision by the population to keep. I don't think like toilet paper will be scarce for a while in the future,
Mm-hmm.
like a right now thing.
But you don't want to be left without it.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's the thing is if everyone started doing it, or like even a significant amount of people to where it was like actually a problem, then everyone would just be in like a continuous contest to get toilet paper and whatnot and rubbing alcohol, stuff that doesn't even seem that like essential.
Do you think it is because we hear something is running short or something may run short that we just go out and buy too much?
Yeah, it seems like almost like the competitive nature of people is like if they find out toilet paper is running short in like supply, they want to be able to get it even if they don't need it.
Yeah. Because I know that now we're seeing it in meat processing plants. Smithfield, which is a big pork producer, shut down a plant. So now there might be shortages of pork,
Oh, jeez.
chicken. And you're like, oh my gosh, should I run out and buy chicken? Should I run out and buy more pork?
Yeah, that would be chaos if it came to like food running short.
Yeah. But then you feel bad for those that didn't go out to get that, like the toilet paper. How many people? Not everybody went out and got it. What are they doing?
At school, that was an issue for us for a couple of days. We were like we kind of thought it was a joke at first until we actually went to Walmart and we saw that like all the paper towels and toilet papers were completely off the shelves. We were like
Uh-oh.
if we run out of this is actually like a huge issue. Luckily,
How did that make you feel when you realized you could have been out of it?
yeah, that was when it like really settled in, like how like the hysteria in the country that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was at that point until that exact moment. Luckily, there was like I think there was a package in there and we got it. I know there was never a day that we had zero, but just knowing that that was like a possibility, I was like, oh, that's pretty insane.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good.
All right, I think that was the last slide.
Okay. I think you're looking at this is I think we're going to see so many things change permanently as we move in a new direction when we exit all of this.
I know, yeah.
So, what did you learn from doing this?
Pretty much just how one crazy event like this can throw the world and especially the business world on its side, and it's up to the companies impacted to be able to adapt and have the resources to change their business model or have money saved away to fund whatever like intense costs they're going through in a time like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
a little bit of adaptation for individuals too.
Yeah. Forever changed.